Hey guys, Pastor Gary here, and I wanted to take and kind of revisit where we were at in chapter 21 of Luke's Gospel on Sunday. We saw some incredible things there that brings us right up to the point in time of Jesus's last week here on earth. He's in Jerusalem and he's just days away from crucifixion, and as he's been teaching in the temple, as he's been moving around, there's been this love-hate relationship with the folks in Jerusalem. I mean, there's the masses that are following him, hoping to have a touch, hoping to hear, hoping to see a miracle. Oh, and then there's this group of Pharisees, the religious leaders, that are really looking for an opportunity, should it appear and should it become available, for them to literally destroy Jesus Christ. And so there's this huge turmoil. And no other time in history do I believe that any single man had so much pressure on him, as he had all sides looking for him to either be the Messiah and rise and take control, or to make an enormous failure in which they could hang their hats to accuse him of. In this process, as Jesus has come into Jerusalem, he's been weeping over the city, because he knows that this is their day. This is the day that the Lord has made. And yet, as he's entering it in, he knows that they're going to refuse. He knows they're going to reject. He knows they're not going to see it, and they're going to miss their appointment with salvation. And so it's breaking his heart. And as Jesus is sitting outside the temple, He's watching as those that would come are putting their offerings. As it tells us in verse 1 of chapter 21, it says, he looked and he saw the rich putting in their gifts into the treasury. And he saw also a certain poor widow woman putting in 2 mites. Oh, he says, truly I say to you that this poor widow woman has put in more than all. For all of these gave out of their abundance, and they've put in offerings to God, but she has given out of her poverty and put in all the livelihood that she had. Oh, I know anytime we start talking about giving, it can be a sore subject within ministries, within churches, amongst Christians, because there's always this aspect and this concern that there's so much put into, so much emphasis on giving money. But you know, guys, I don't think that it was the monetary amount that Jesus was interested in, because this aspect of 2 mites comes up to like less than 1% of a day's wages. It wasn't about how much this woman gave as far as a monetary value or the size of the gift. As a matter of fact, what's interesting is, as the rich were putting in, when Jesus sees her, he says that she, with this 2 mites, has given more than all of the others. It's given more than all. Oh, he doesn't say more than some. He says more than all. Collectively, everything that had been given in his sight, this surpassed that, not because of the amount of the gift, but because of the heart of the giver. You see, this woman came with total devotion to God, not only in her heart and her love for God, but her willingness to sacrifice, to put all of her trust for her livelihood into God. And how incredible this is, because guys, it's not about what we bring in the form of money. I know it may be a shocking revelation to you, but God doesn't need your money. God is not sitting up in heaven worried about foreclosing on the mansions that are there because of the money that he's not receiving from his people. No, you see, the act of giving, that part of us that would desire to give, is linked to the attribute of God. You see, the reason that we give is not because God needs money, but because we need to give. We need to be generous. It was God and his example to us that while we were yet sinners, that God so loved the world that he gave his only son. You see, God's heart is that to give, and he wants his people to be giving as well. Oh, not only in our treasure, but in our time and in our talent. And as we would come to God, what it is that he wants us to be willing to give him all that we are, that we would then be useful in his kingdom. You see, Jesus says, I want all of you. I want all of your heart. I want all of your love. I want all of our relationship. I want all communion with you. And it's because of this relationship of giving to him our all and him giving to us his all, oh, then that impresses the Lord. So this week, as you go about, look for an opportunity, not just in the way of giving and in helping and in the forms of money. Yes, we need to, in order to further the gospel of Jesus Christ, be faithful in our giving to the local church. We need to be faithful in giving to the ministries that we support. But guys, we need to look at that not as an act of some form of duty or buying or purchasing some sort of fire insurance. No. We need to look at that as our part of giving to God all that we are, that He may then in turn use us to further the gospel, to further the kingdom, to lead lost souls to Jesus Christ. Have a great week. Take and come and join us at Calvary Chapel, Dayton Valley. We'd love to have you there. Come out and see what the Lord is doing. Hey, especially if you catch this week on Thursday night, special concert. Artist Eddie B is going to be here and bringing his ministry into the house, providing for a free concert for any and all that would come. Great opportunity to bring friends. So if you're available, even if you're not available, come out Thursday night at 7 p.m. We'll see you at Calvary Chapel, Dayton Valley. God bless you guys.